Everybody in the galaxy. Welcome back to planet Earth. It's Feedback Friday. Boy, do we got some feedback loops to show you. I'm going to start things off like I normally do. I'm going to play you one of my songs. This one's Risky Biscuits. It's on my album, Funko Wunko. Check it out. Oh boy, we got the video green. Supposed to watch out for all that green. How's everybody doing out there today? We got Loose in the chat. We got Gonzin in the chat. They're saying the sun's out today. Oh, again, I'm sacrificing my sunshine for ya. Once again, we're going to get into some galactic light here. Some freakiness. We got Kiara in the chat, of course. We've got the Videonics MX1 digital video mixer. Trying out some new effects here today. We got Mr. T-Bar. Just kidding. That song's from my album, Funko Wunko. It's on all streaming platforms. You can even listen to it right here on YouTube. That's Risky Biscuits by Electric Archaic. Okay. What are we gonna do today? Well, I am a bit more prepared this week. I put myself to sleep last night listening to the Videonics VHS tape, and that's the video user manual for this baby right here. Yeah, we were fumbling around quite a bit with it last week. It's not the most, it's not really intuitive at all. You really have to watch the user manual if you want to make things happen with it. All right, so as you can see here, we got me on a VHS camcorder. And I'm going into that Videonics I just showed you. And what I'm doing is I'm taking one of the outputs of the Videonics and I'm going right back into one of the inputs of the Videonics. So I got two inputs going here. The first one is this naked VHS camera of yours truly. Second one is the internal feedback loop. And when you mix them, you start to see that feedback. And that's what Feedback Friday is all about. Proclaiming my love for analog video, VHS, and all things that connect to. So, if you were with us last week, we did get the chroma key to work. But I had no idea really what was going on. I scrambled and pulled out the user manual for a second there. We can certainly, well, we're gonna make some chroma key happen here. But the thing is, it's not wired up to have an input. Maybe we should try the chroma key with the internal feedback. I have a feeling that's gonna really freak stuff out. But we got Freaky Teddy here, and they got a package as well with some video-related surprises. Anyways, we'll bring out Freaky Teddy in a bit. For now, let's see if I can... let's see if that brainwashing I did last night with the Videonics video user manual, let's see if anything's stuck. Okay. So, if we hit the chroma key... Wow, it already looks cool. It's the mat. Wait, no. Okay, so it just cleared everything up. What you have to do is use these arrow keys to get the cursor over to your background color or whatever color you want to make disappear. And then you hit the OK button. And it should... See, that's what I'm talking about. I knew it was going to act a little bit weird, and hey, I did my homework. I figured out how to get rid of that freaky cursor that keeps bugging us. You just hit the play button. The play button is kind of the go-to. Whatever you have done and got set up on this video mixer, you hit the play button and then it activates it, and holy moly, I wish you could have seen that. Now that's really something. I swear, this is... Wow, okay. Let's see if I can... Well... Okay, watch this. This is brand new to me. As I like to share my journey here on the internet with everyone. Look at this. We're going in, we're mixing in. Whoa. And it still keeps that cool border. Amazing. Wow, we've already... That's fantastic. What do we think of that? Holy moly. Okay, so that's a lot of excitement. What I have here, you may remember from last week, and you've seen a little bit of that. This is a CRT television feedback loop. And what that means is I have another VHS camera pointed in front of a CRT television. Sometimes I like to zoom out and show you that. Just so you know what we're dealing with here. It's a tiny TV. I want my tiny TV. See? This is my favorite little CRT there. It's got that 80s silver plastic, just like a TB-303. Okay, so you get the idea, right? You align the camera to the CRT and you open up a galactic portal of light. And this TV does have some of the knobs on the side of it for brightness, hue, contrast. And what's the other one? Tint? Well, tint is hue, color is it, so you can push it towards black and white. Now, sometimes it's a little bit strange in here, as you can see. Okay, let's make it extra strange. That's amazing. Okay, so, yeah. And I'm using another Videonics MX1 to do this feedback loop here. You kind of need a video mixer to get these things just the way you want them. Or else you'll just be having kind of a boring vanilla style feedback loop. So I think what we might try to do at some point is bring this into the Chroma Key. Although I really do like this. I thought it was going to really glitch out, but I suppose it is glitching out. It just looks fantastic. Yeah, that's great. I'm digging it. Okay, but there's a lot more. There's a lot more in this video mixer than we have explored. One thing I wanted to do, and I've never done this on my video mixers before. I always do this in post. I fix it in post. I made a lot of music videos for Key Era a couple years ago, and it's really cool to take these types of feedback loops and these analog videos and flip them onto each other, splice them, have them kaleidoscope in certain ways where you have them mirroring and just overlaying loads of them. If you're interested in that, I got a playlist on my homepage. You can check those music videos out. But I never went deep enough into the video mixer to realize that you can do that kind of mirroring right here. So I think we're going to try to make that happen today. What we got playing in the background is Electrified Rain. It's one of my longer soundscapes. I'm going to be selling that on cassette tape here shortly. Oh, it's so many things I got to do. Anyways, that's Electrified Rain. We've heard it on this channel in cassette tape form, so it's a little bit more lo-fi, a little bit more crunchy. This is the purified digital form, but it is made up of yeah, there's some tape loops in there. You can hear it. It's got the shoom, 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 shoom. It's kind of like a sci-fi cyberpunk kind of feeling there. As most things are around here, I look like a hologram. Right? Okay, enough robotics for now. I want to get this mirror effect, and then something that's really cool about the mirror effect is there's a lot of strange faces that bring themselves forward when you have that, what do they call that, bilateral symmetry? Yeah, I think that's it. So let's poke around here in the Videonics. What I'll first do, I think we need to go into. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I swear, it's not that intuitive. So last week, yeah, we were fumbling around quite a bit. So one of the things I was fumbling around with was this setup mode. I'll show you what it does. Maybe I'll give you a... Just trust me, I'm here. I'm pushing the buttons. I'll fade it in when you need to see something, but other than that, we're going to probably be using the arrow keys like it's telling us to do. But right in here, it's showing us our video sources. And I think that was one of the things that was wigging us out last week. Well, I don't know. It's a lot to think about because we had this wired up differently last week. Anyways, so what we have to do is set up another source that's duplicating the input that you see me on. And that's the one we're going to mirror. So how you do that is you click C down here, and then there's C up there. I don't know. I don't know how good this... I don't consider this a tutorial. We're mainly just exploring and having fun, but so that's what I did. I hit C, and then you can move the arrows and choose which input you want. So I'm going to put that on input 1, the video, and now we have a nice duplicate of video input 1. Nice. And what we got to do now is go in here and flip that. So let's hit I guess we can hit play. It seems like play is always the go-to thing to hit. So let's try that, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not the one. Maybe just set up again. Oh no. Right. So now this is all of the transitions. And what we got to do is go into effects. I'm shaking a little bit. I don't know anything. I've never done this on live stream. Okay, input and effects. Let's hit that. Okay, now this is the effects panel. It's really, it's kind of like a video game. So we're trying to. It's a puzzle. We're trying to crack the code here. So as you can see, when you select, this has been a huge thing I haven't ever really realized, and I should have, because it's just like my streaming mixer, which is the digital video mixer making this all happen. You select this, and then you can do a fast hard cut, or you can use the T-bar. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess now, but never. That was my big roadblock. I didn't know that you used these to select the channels. So here's channel A selected. Here's channel B selected. And it's showing B as the same, but really B is a feedback loop. And since it's not being mixed, it's only showing it once. It's kind of like an audio delay, but for video. And when you don't have it feeding back into itself, you just get one copy. You can see there might be a bit of a delay between the two. Anyways, let's select input C. And we're going to scroll over to... There's a lot of cool effects. Maybe we'll mess around with some of them, because I think there's a lot more power in this mixer than I've been using it for. I've really just been using it to mix since 2020. I got too much gear. I can't keep track of everything here. Okay, so this I think is that's invert, and if you flip the arrow up, it should show it activated. It doesn't look like that is inverting it. Anyways, there's this flip one, and that's what we're going for. So if we flip it, I'm not sure if I have to hit OK to activate it. Oh boy. Yeah, that didn't work. Let's get back into input effects right here. There's always something that's going to go strange on the live stream, I'm telling you. I'm not sure why that's not working. Huh, okay, play. I'm getting a little bit more evolved here. Yeah! You turned me right around. Okay, so that I don't know why it did that on input A, but we'll take it. Should we oh gosh. Okay. Just checking up on the chat. Get in the chat, give us some love. Okay, now that we have a flipped input, I'm still curious why it did that on input A, because wait, I'm not sure. Maybe it's flipping the feedback. That could be very interesting indeed. Maybe we'll have a look at that. Let's see what happens when we mix in. Okay. It's doing a... Whoa. There we go. Now that's an overlay. That's a flipped overlay. What we want to do is then you have to do a transition and halt it in the middle, and that will be a vertical wipe. We'll go for that here in a minute. I guess since we got this working, let's just push for the full power. The full power bilateral symmetry, because it's a little freaky with the overlay. Okay, so if I hit this wipe button, maybe I'll put this up. There's a lot of strange things going on here, but that's where all the fun is at, right? Okay, so I'm just checking the T-bar here, Mr. T-bar. That's doing a nice mix, and that's usually the setting I've used it on to mix feedback loops and different settings. And I think it is defaulting to a fade dissolve. All right, we're gonna change it to wipe and see if it just does a. See, there's a vertical wipe. We did it. Gosh, I was really thinking this is gonna take kind of a long time, but I've surprised myself. Okay, so if I get right in the middle there, how does that look? I can't see how it looks, but. That's amazing. Now, if only I could add the feedback loop into that. I'm wondering if I can somehow. This is pretty cool. That's very cool. Yeah, well, show's over. Time to bring out Freaky Teddy. And I'm just kidding. But let's see here. Now we got a two-headed Freaky Teddy. That's amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, I hope you learned something here today. I really expected to fumble around quite a lot more with that than we did. But let's check in on our feedback, on our internal feedback loop here. Okay, and that's on channel B. So you select that, and it should. I'm going to get a lot better at this because I did my homework and I was able to prepare this time. Okay, now I'm mixing in to the feedback loop. Oh, it's only doing half of it. That's amazing. Okay. I just did a video saying that I'm on the grid, but now I'm going to get de-rezzed. Check this one out. Wow. It's like Schrodinger's cat. I exist in a state of flux. Okay, that was a, as Bob Ross would call it, it's a happy accident. And as Bill Alexander would call it, we were firing in. Now it's doing a wipe. Oh, cool. So check this out. On the... Oh, did you... I'm not sure if you guys saw any of that, actually. I'm going to have to redo my whole little skit. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 video mixers, 3 VHS cameras, 6 computers. It's a lot. Okay, my bad. I'll show you what was going on here. So we had the wipe in the middle there. And I was talking about getting de-rezzed in Tron. Check this out. Whoa. I got to apologize. Sometimes I'm watching the thing and I'm talking about the thing, but you can't see it. So my apologies on that. And that's when we discovered that the vertical wipe is a scanner. I don't even have to move. It's like, hello, I'm on the grid. He's on the grid. That's fantastic. Okay, if you're just joining us now, we're playing around with the Videonics MX1 video mixer. This thing packs a powerful punch, and I've been using it for years on shallow mode. If only I knew I could rematerialize myself like that. Well, look, it's doing a reverse wipe, so it doesn't look that cool going that one way, but boy, does that look cool. I guess you missed Freaky Teddy as well. Now, get the mail. That's when you can come back, Teddy. So it's interesting how it continuously wipes from one side to the other. There is a way to change that, I think. And that's by using the handy-dandy shift button. Shift reverse or freeze. Wait, there's no reverse button. Is there? I need to get way more acquainted with my gear. Anyways. Let's give it a shot. Let's try it out. I'm gonna hit that shift button I just showed you and see if it works. Man, maybe I really was dreaming. Okay, shift. Yeah, see? Okay, now I was holding shift. Cool. So I think, do I like that better? It's kind of, that's strange. With one direction, it's feeding back the signal. Ah! Get me away from that. Get me. It's a singularity. Ah! Oh boy. Welcome back to Feedback Friday. We're freaking out. This is great. Okay, so we got that figured out, which is nice. Let's go back to the fade dissolve here. This is the standard one I've been using for years. Okay, and that's what you see. You've seen this quite a lot on my channel, but I'm gonna try to mix it up. I need some more gear here because, again, I got this sweet CRT television feedback loop here, and it would be nice to combine these two signals. One of the problems with this particular Videonics here is that one of the outputs is broken, so I'm using an S-video cable here, as you can see. These are your normal RCA composite yellow video cables, and this is a slightly newer format. Problem is that a lot of my gear doesn't use this, so I'm kind of out of luck. I do have another one of these Videonics MX1s in storage, and it's on the fritz. I was tempted to pull it out and desolder some components, basically do a make the broken one more broken and make the slightly broken one work perfectly. Cool. All right. What should we do now? Let's see. There's so many effects and transitions. I can play you the demo if you want to see that. I'm not sure what it would do with the flipped source and the feedback loop. Let's play you the demo. Just for a minute. Let's get some 90s nostalgia. Here we go. Woo! Yeah. Oh, sweet. I've heard that some people do the video effects on certain live shows, and they just hit the demo button and let that run the whole show. I imagine it loops at some point, but that's wild. Oh, that's wild. So it's kind of cool because if we see something in there that we really like, we can try to fish it out. Like, anyways, that's enough of that. I like that pixelation there. Let's hunt for the pixelation. Okay, I'm just gonna hit the demo button. I think you can hit any button to stop the demo. Turns out I do have a good memory. Let me check up on the chat. How we doing? How we doing in the chat room? Whoa. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening there. I'm trying to mix it. I'm trying to mix it in, and it is freaking out. Is it mixing into the demo? That's okay. That's something else. Oh, here's my guess is that the demo, it's doing everything live. It's its own little program that does this transition and this one and this one and so on and so on forever. And what it did is it stopped on this freaky, funky, whatever you would call that effect. So let's get back into the fade dissolve mode here. That should fix it. I'm really starting to like this Videonics video mixer. I've always liked the video feedback quite a lot. This is just very simple. You can add things in between the signal of it. So right now I just have that S-video cable coming out of the output and going right into one of the inputs. And then as you can see, this is a half and half mix of my camcorder input and the internal feedback input, which is like when audio feeds back. Right. Okay. Let's do some digging here. Let's figure out what kind of effects we can do. I'm still not exactly sure why it didn't seem like it was running the correct effects earlier. Now you can see the feedback loop on there as input B. So it's strange. It's tough to work with these things live. It's probably one of the reasons why I haven't gotten too deep into it, because I do a lot of preparation with my animations, and then I just want to put a nice, smooth feedback loop onto it. Okay, so input C is the one that's rendering the flip. I suppose we can do another flip. And then if you did a horizontal wipe, you could get the same thing. That might look like I'm coming out of some sort of body of water there. Yeah, this last Tuesday, we made some dolphin sounds on Tape Tuesday. You're gonna give me a like and subscribe. We're doing all sorts of freaky fun shows with analog technology from the 80s and beyond. Okay. Let's flip this. I don't know what it takes to make it show up. You'd imagine that it would show up. Maybe I'll switch over to input A and see if it renders it, but it's not. It should render the preview, don't you think? I mean, come on. Let me hit the input effects button and see if that kicks us out of there. No, it just... See, it worked, but it wasn't previewing it. Maybe the preview is just to show you... Whoa! Just to show you... Okay, so... It's a strange thing. Let me get this wired back in here. I want to... Okay, so we got input 3, or C. That's another very confusing thing about this. On the back here, it says input 1, input 2, 3, and 4. Or... I mean, it acts like it has 4 inputs, but I think it only has 3 inputs, and then it has 1 output. And then there's a preview output. That's how we're able to see all these menus and stuff. Okay. Well, I've never been upside down. Well, this will be nice, because then I could hang a VHS camera somewhere and flip it. I know how to do that now. I think we've hit the gold mine. We've hit a vein. Okay, and so now it's just mixing into input B, or signal B. We want to switch that over to A. I've gotten really good at this overnight. It's an overnight success. It's fun coming onto the internet, live streaming, and just not knowing what you're doing at all. My first live stream series was Monosynth Monday, and that was all about the TB-303 BASSLINE. And we did 10 episodes of that. It was a ton of fun. but the switches, they're on the fritz. So I cracked it open like an oyster, and next Wednesday, I think next Wednesday, and unless I get scared and postpone that show again. No, I didn't get scared, but next Wednesday I am planning to set up the Workshop Wednesday show and resolder all of those switches on the TB-303. Workshop Wednesday's not as exciting, but it's very informational. Okay, so it's doing this. This is the one thing I don't like about this mixer, is that when you switch the inputs around a bit, it does this harsh flip-flopping, and I'm not sure if that's just because I'm using the preview out. That's what you're seeing here. This is the preview out. That's how we can get. That's how we're seeing all the menus that this video mixer provides us. Okay, so as I'm slowly mixing down the T-bar, it's just freaking out with it. Okay, so whoa. You have to hit the display button here in the corner a couple times to get it to mix smoothly. It's either a couple times or one time. I haven't figured it out. All right. So that seems smooth. And then what we're going to do is change. That's really cool. That's how you can make galaxies. And you know I'm all about that galactic. Okay, let's check back up on the chat. What are you guys saying? The chat's bustling. I feel like I'm missing out on the party half of the time here. Double chat action. We got Kiara in the chat. We got JJ Huggins in the chat. He's asking, where do you get those beautiful toys? Yeah, that's from Batman. Because I look like the Joker, right? Is that why? I swear I'm not the Joker. I'm more like Batman. And I'm stealing all the balloons. You better watch out. Okay, but yeah, the purple and green does give that Joker product's effect. Chances are you've already got it. I'm talking about, what is it? Candy Walker and Amanda Keeler. Yeah, they keeled over because of that chemical factory Joker products. Oh my goodness. Chances are you have already got them. Whoops. Okay. Okay, I'm all caught up on the chat. I love all you guys in the chat. So let's switch the transition style over to white again. And you'll see it's going to do the... Oh, now I'm... I'm fragmented. It's got quite the bar right there. What's the deal with that? I'm not sure if that's because there's... Why does that have a border on it? Oh, that's from the demo. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And this is a little bit risky. I'm gonna flip the switch. We're going to turn off the beautiful toy. Check this out. Videonics, powerful video mixing tools. They will confuse you so much that we will go out of business. I don't know why they went out of business. I sure like the name though, Videonics. Okay, it loads you straight into this here. Now, if I'm correct, oh dang it, we gotta go back into setup mode. I think I can get quicker at this. Let's try it out. Setup. And I'm gonna duplicate that signal. For those of you just tuning in, you're getting the quick version of all of this. Okay, so we keep input. Now I'm confused. Okay, input B needs to be on the S video, and then select C, and that needs to be input 1 again. There we go. Great. I think you just hit setup once again to pop out of that. There we go. Throws us back into this preview display mode. And I have to hit the display button. Oh, right. So it seems to me, well, I'm not sure actually. The flashing light, I think, it means that it's queued up, and you can hit that to just do a quick cut, or you can use the T-bar and it'll cut into it. Since we haven't flipped the signal, you won't see anything because it's, well, and it does that freaky preview stuff, which bothers me every single time. That seems about right. It should blend smoothly into itself. Right. Okay, so now we have to do the input effects. That's right. Input effects. We're getting fast. I am getting faster. And now I can refer back to my own user manual video and have a couple of laughs with myself. Now I am sounding like the Joker. Oh boy. Okay, that's the one we want. We're going to flip it vertically, and I don't need to hit play, right? I can hit input effects right here. Bam. And that should work. Now display. Okay, there we go. So we got our, now it's doing that dumb thing again. You never know. Okay, that's the way I like it. I like a nice smooth mix. Yeah. Okay, so now that we have that, let's get we need a horizontal wipe this time, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that with just this button, but maybe we hit wipe and it'll show you that. That's how we had the galactics going on, I think. I'm gonna just take a wild guess here and say that if we hit the 2 button, it'll give us wipe version 2. Looks like I was maybe wrong about that. Yeah, so I'm trying to switch this up to a horizontal wipe. There is a flip effect. Maybe we should check that out in a little bit. We got Kiara in the chat. She's saying everything is freaky. Yeah, that's the way I like it. Just freaky enough, though. All right. Okay, this is the part where I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I have everything I need in front of me. Let's see if we can figure it out. These are the worst kind of machines, the ones that are not very intuitive. I imagine the Roland Edirol mixer just beat this out completely. Okay, so wipe. I feel like there's got to be a way to change that without diving into that menu. Anyways, we're going to have to dive into the menu because I have no idea what's happening. Okay, I don't even know how to get into that menu. What is that menu anyway? It's not the input effects. Perhaps it's not audio video because that changes these lights here and does weird things. If you're using audio through this mixer, you'd be using that button. So how do we get those wonderful toys to work for us faster? Maybe it's just display. Then I got to reset it. That's why I was hesitant to jump into that. All right. So, I see. So watch this. I'm gonna hit fade and dissolve, and then I'm gonna hit wipe, and we should see the effect options or the transition options change. Okay, cool. So that was slightly intuitive there. Now, if I can just figure out where the horizontal wipe is. There it is. That's got to be it. I imagine that you just have it selected and it works. Let's try it out. Yeah, it works, but it's actually sliding it in. Oh boy. That's not working how I want it to. Let's hit the display a couple more times. Come on, baby. There we go. Oh, that's not doing what I want it to. I want it to mirror in the mixer. Yeah, that's not exactly it. It looks like you can do a squish, a stretch, an A, B. What was it? What does the first one look like? Because that's doing it the right way, right? There's different numbers here as well. So number 5 is what that is. Let's not forget that. Switch it over to number 1. I'll hit OK. Oh no. I'm scared. A little bit scared. Go back into the wipe effects. I thought you could change the... That says 30. Okay, so you can't... Unlike the effects, the transitions have a fixed number, I think it looks like. Yeah, because so when I hit 1, it took me to transition 1. You got to hit OK after that. It took me all the way back here. So you can see that number 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Yeah, this has been so dang intimidating for years. I just knew it would take a lot of time, so so here I am taking up your time on the live stream. We're having a good time, I think. If I could just find that right, I swear that was. Let's try this one out. Let's play that effect and see if it's going to do the right thing. Can you do the right thing? Oh, maybe it's acting weird and not mirroring because it's... No, I'm... Oh, boy. All right. Well. Let's see what we can... Let's try one more time. It seems to be the lucky number there. And that number is 1 plus the amount of times you tried that made you want to give up. Because the universe is just testing your faith. It's testing your faith. That's got to be the one. You're the one. Okay. I've selected that. Pop out here. It's not working. It's not doing... Well, maybe that is. It's not lining up perfect, though. That's... We need a name for this creature. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to make some freaky creatures, and it looks like we got a sea urchin from the planet Zebkar. Or is it Zebtar? Oh, boy. That's fun. Now that is doing the right thing. So maybe the other one was working, but I'm not sure why it's not lining up perfectly. It's kind of bugs me just a little bit. Cool. Right on, baby. Let's jump back into our feedback loop here. Oh. Now, see, now I'm just mashing buttons here, confusing the machine. Gotta queue up B, and then I should be able to mix it in. Oh, it's doing the... Huh. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. Freaky teddy bear with me. Now I've done it. I hit a weird button. Well, thanks for joining me for Feedback Friday. for Feedback Friday. Oh no, this is a bug. This is one of those crazy bugs that happens on my streaming mixer where it takes over the video channel completely with the background graphic. Oh. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Do you want to get lucky? Okay. Yeah, Feedback Friday is a weird one. Okay. Oh, thank you. I have had... Let me just give you... Let's do some story time here. I have had so many headaches with bringing all of this to the world, but I didn't ever stop, and now I'm here. And that's my story. You can have a story too. Okay, let's get this. Now this is cool. It's the CRT feedback loop that's just kind of doing its own thing over here. And you got to watch out for green. It looks cool when you're new to the whole analog video thing, but when you've been doing it for a while, that's another one of the headaches is the green that takes over everything. Yeah, I was trying to say freaky teddy bear with me, but I hit the wrong button. Let me take a look at that. There we go. It's Freaky Teddy. Freaky Teddy's got a package for us, and it is video related. Although, yeah, well, we'll just have to open that up here in a minute. I want to get the effects straightened out, though, really quick. Because at the moment, doing some weirdness. Let's try to use our knowledge to fix this, okay? I'm going to put it back into fade dissolve mode. And it should fade. Okay, display. Looks like our feedback loop isn't really working. We're gonna have to go the extra mile here. I'm trying to get really quick at this on the fly. This is how I learn. I have to do it in front of people. Okay, input 2. I think, yeah, that did get switched earlier. So that should work now. Okay, boom! Yes! Hit the display button to get out of that mode. And there we go. Seems like you have to hit the display button twice to get it to do a smooth mix, and then it'll stay there when you max out the T-bar either high or low. It's kind of annoying. I'm not sure. I'd love to meet the programmer who put this thing together. They really packed everything that you needed in there, and the interface, wow, it's kind of alien. All right. Let's see. Where's that Teddy at? Freaky Teddy. Yeah. Coming through with the mail, baby. Oh, it's a big one. How are you holding that? What a joke. Okay, I got some mail. Whoa. Let's open it up. Thanks, Teddy. You sure are great. I'm going to make a star out of you. And news on that later. Not going to spoil the fun today. But let's open this up. I'm going to make some room here. Oh, I love it when I get mail. I'm just going to grab this. It's the real star of the show, is the Videonics video mixer. Let's scoot it up. Let's do a little unboxing. Okay. Are you excited? You might be. I know I'm excited. It's always a lot of fun when you get new gear, and by new I mean very, very old. All right, let's see. Let's see what Teddy brought us. Freaky Teddy. Well, like I said on the first episode, was it Workshop Wednesday? Freaky Teddy, bring me my mail. Said if you're taking up room in my studio, I know you're vintage and everything, but if you're taking up room in my studio, you gotta have a use. So the only thing Freaky Teddy can do is act like they're bringing in the mail. Thanks anyway, Teddy. You sure are cute. This is my life now. Okay, let's switch over. Let's do the unboxing. This is fantastic. And on the first episode of Workshop Wednesday, I unboxed a Videonics title maker. I'm not sure if I have a use for the Videonics editing suite or editor suite. Not sure exactly what that's called, but Videonics made a video mixer, an editing suite, the title maker, and they made something else. I wonder what it could be. All right. Let's see how they got this. Let's see how they got this bubble wrapped up. Oh. Yeah, that's let's just cut into it, baby. I'm gonna try to be careful here. Oh, I don't know. It's not a lot of room here on my studio desk. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, that was probably the better way to do it. Okay. And now for the big unveil. Well, kind of. Not sure why this had to be double wrapped and bubble wrapped. This... more plastic. You know me in the studio. When we talk about the 303, it's always more acid, more plastic. But if you find me outside of the studio, I say nature is the way. Nature knows best. Don't ever forget that. Oh gosh, this is going to take forever. Maybe I should... maybe one of these days we'll make a robot out of Freaky Teddy. And I can have Freaky Teddy actually be useful. Teddy is saying to me, they're saying, I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying. And there it is. Look at that. That is a sweet vintage Videonics piece of gear right there. Oh, I cannot wait to try that out. But I have some sad news regarding that. They require a very special power supply. And I don't have it. And it's a very strange power supply indeed. I'm not sure if you'd be able to see that, but it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pin. Looks kind of like a mini MIDI. Mini MIDI. Let me flash some light on that for you. I want you to see here. There is... I'm bummed. I'm super bummed. Unfortunately, I didn't do exactly all of my research before I bought these. But yeah, it's very, very nice. So you can mix the R, the G, and the B. And this is something that would kind of act like those hue knobs that I use on the TV feedback loop. Unfortunately, my friends, I don't know what I'm going to do about that power supply. Someone did make a big batch of them, and I found it on Scanlines, which is a website dedicated to, I think, analog video, glitch art related things. I've messaged them. It's called the Bryce power supply for the Videonics VE-1, but I've got no response, so I might have to... Oh man, this is a story of my life. I'm going to have to onboard a whole bunch of new skills and build my own power supply for this thing. But it's nice to have around, you know. Everyone loves a good paperweight. Not that we're using paper much these days, but When I do find a way to power this thing, it's going to be really, really freaking cool. These faders are very hefty. That's probably the right word, is hefty. I have never felt a fader that hefty before. I couldn't imagine DJing with that. Here we go. It has an audio mixer too. Yeah. If all else fails, I can become a janky DJ with my 3-channel audio mixer. Yes. Oh yeah. Sweet. Okay. Well. Oh yeah. Thanks once again to the Freaky Teddy. That's Teddy Meister to you, Mr. Maestro. I'm losing it over here, I swear. I gotta get out. I gotta get outside and catch some sunshine. Well, I think that's it for me today. Unless we got anything in the chat. Any requests? We can always unplug some cables and do some freaky stuff here. If you wanna. Once again, what you're hearing in the background is Electrified Rain by Electric Archaic. All right. Well, I love you all, and I sure do love this planet, and I know that you love this planet too. Never forget that you're the one. This show is done. Thanks for joining me on Feedback Friday. Give me a like and subscribe if you had fun here today. We got some cool shows coming up. A lot of cool new shows coming up. And I do have some gear that was supposed to be here. I think it's arriving tomorrow, so yeah. You can only do what you can do with what you got where you're right at. Right on, baby. Right on. I love you guys. We'll see ya.